Washington.
This is Marty for here once again.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar for here once again. And I'm sorry for the late review, but I just I just came back from my cousin's wedding and went home to Detroit for about 4 or 5 days. And I just got back last night, really late last night. So I didn't even get the chance to catch the episode until early this morning on Tuesday. But you guys should follow my Instagram to check out like the couple of videos and pictures that I took at the wedding of me and my cousin. She was really amazing bride. Loved it. Had an awesome time. But yeah, check out my Instagram for more information about that. But anyways, we're going to get into this episode. And honestly, this episode was kind of boring in my opinion. I was multitasking while I was doing it, but most of the time it didn't even really catch my attention. I just still jotted some things down. But for the most part, I feel like I've been a broken record talking about some of these people. It's like they do the same stupid things, the same stupid reasons, and I feel like a broken record saying the same thing every week. But they just don't seem to get whatever. They just don't seem to understand what. Anyways, we'll get into this episode, y'all. So it starts off with Benzino, Mimi, and Dawn meeting up about this whole Hip Hop Weekly shit. And, you know what, Stevie J actually asked the question that many of us were trying to figure out. Why is Mimi so invested in trying to figure out or expose Stephen and Jocelyn's marriage? If you're supposed to be happy with Nico, you moved on, you and your daughter are okay, there's no direct influence on you, so I'm failing to realize or understand where this obsession with their marriage being fake is coming from. If you know it's fake, then just know that for yourself it being fake. Hip Hop Weekly isn't associated with you in any way, so there's really no point in even putting any more energy into it. Granted, she figures that out later in the episode, but I'm just like, girl, you was doing this for like almost 2 or 3 episodes, and I'm just like, for what? But anyways, moving on past that, Mama D meets with Erica, and Mama D is another one. I'm like, you had, at least for like 5 minutes or so, we saw that there was some blonde, dreaded, light-eyed, semi-light-skinned, caramel-looking man that was actually showing you some attention, and you showed him for like 0.5 seconds, and I was like, that could have been your storyline right there. Give Mama D something else to do other than be all up in Scrap's biznai, okay? Because it's becoming like, why? What is she doing? What is this purpose? Like, she just looks like she's some demented old lady with the sense of this invisible palace or some fictional ass shit that she be thinking up in her mind, and it's unnecessary. It's truly unnecessary. But she's meeting up with Erica, and long story short, Erica spills some truth, but then Erica spills some bullshit. The truth was that, Erica showed the text messages about what Scrappy sent, and this is something else. Somebody pointed this out on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever social media I was looking at. Erica has some sort of hacked-ass Android, because that was an Android or a Samsung phone, but that shit had an iMessage or iPhone format. I don't know if that's an app, but I know somebody else caught that shit. I'm looking like, wait a minute, when did the iPhone get that big of a screen, or when does Android have iMessage? I'm confused, but okay, we'll roll with it. But she was showing, how Scrap was saying, oh, I want to sex you down, and I want to do this, I want to do that to you. And she was like, saying that this is what he's saying to me. But this is where Erica pulls some bullshit. She's talking about I wanted to, when he would come and talk to me, I wanted to respect the relationship when they got together. I wanted to do this, I want to do that. Girl, bye. When he came over, you was lighting candles. You was wearing booty shorts. You was wearing thigh-high stockings with your booty shorts, adjusting yourself in front of his face, talking about can you be with a friend like me, and why I need to stay away from you, and smiling and cackling and flirting and shit. Girl, you didn't respect the damn thing, because if Scrappy pulled his dick out right then and there on camera, you would have hopped on that like a bunny rabbit. So don't even come to me with that bullshit, girl. Talk about respect the damn relationship. Child, please. Tell me some shit. So, the next fuckery of the episode is this family photo shoot. Child, this Kirk versus Machida versus her mama versus the baby versus the DNA test versus the bar chick Jasmine. Thank y'all for telling me her name because I was not gonna remember. It's so tired. Kirk's sitting there acting a damn fool, acting like he don't even want to be there. And Mama's sitting up here popping off, not making shit no better. Him and Rashida talking about, this is why we need to have Jasmine. I'm like, see, that doesn't even make any sense. You're telling me that we need to have Jasmine because your mama popping off on you for acting a damn fool? Granted, Mama, you shouldn't have done that right then and there. I felt like that was kind of inappropriate. But still, Kirk, you need to let that shit go. And the only point that Kirk did make was that Rashida says that she hasn't been, they haven't been together, they haven't been doing this, they haven't been intimate or whatever. And Rashida tried to walk away saying you need to learn how to be a husband or need to learn how to be a man or something along those lines. And he was like, you need to learn how to be a wife and a girlfriend. So it's like, you can't, if you want things to work, if you say you're trying to work things out between somebody that you're supposed to be in a relationship with, you have to try to meet them halfway. Just because you're mad, and I understand, we want them to, apologize because of something that they've done. But if you want it to work, you just can't be sitting there pushing them back and keep pushing them away and away and away, and then just expect them to just meet you 100%. Like, you have to meet them halfway. If you want there to be intimacy in your relationship, you have to initiate that and communicate that in your relationship in order for it to work. You can't just expect, especially somebody like Kirk, to just figure it out on his own and just do everything himself. It's not going to work like that. So for that 0.3267 seconds, I was like, okay, Kirk, I understand what it is that you're saying. But they tried to finish up the photo shoot. Kirk wasn't smiling. Everybody looking at him crazy. I'm just like, child, just take Kirk out the goddamn picture. And then that was the first time. Was that the first time that we've seen their other son? I don't think he's ever been on camera before. We never knew. We don't know his name. We saw him for like a brief second. I was like, well, at least we get to see what he looked like. Tammy versus Jocelyn. Tammy is talking to Waka Flocka about Jocelyn and the whole situation and what happened. And my only question about this conversation is this. Why is it every time Waka Flocka speaks on this show, he requires subtext? Like, is he speaking nigger language? Is it too complicated? Is it too ethnic for us to understand? Does he speak too low? Like, can y'all adjust his microphone so he can be clearly heard? Like, I don't know. There seems like there's some shade attached to that. Every time he says something, it has to be subtexted. And I felt like I could hear him, but it was just like, why does everything he say have to have subtext? I don't know. The subtitles, I don't know. I just felt like there was some shade behind that. Mimi and Dawn finally meet about after what they talked about with Stevie J and Benzino, and that's pretty much where she figured out that what she was doing was stupid, and she's going to try to develop her energies to something else. I'm like, true, but what happened to the cleaning business? Has that fallen under the radar? And Haymaid, has that stopped, or what? And then I'm like, Mimi, just last season, or whichever one, season 1 and season 2, Dawn was talking to Jocelyn, talking shit about you. And now that they've no longer clicked or together, she's airing out all of her dirty laundry to you. So now you want her to manage you with something and dealing with all of your business when you know that she can't keep any business of her own to herself? That doesn't sound too intelligent, now does it, Mimi? But then again, this is Mimi Foss, who this entire season hasn't done a single intelligent act on camera since, so... It's just a shame to just watch these girls and these grown women just make dumb little girl mistakes. But Nico playing brings Mimi breakfast in bed and shit. And I was like, aw, I guess. Mama D and Bambi and Erica. This is where the episode actually got semi-interesting. I was with Bambi wondering why the hell is Erica even there? She's talking about some you need to understand. Well, Erica was talking about you need to understand. Well, wait, let me get my words correct. Mama D was talking to Erica saying that you need to understand Bambi's position. Okay, you know what? I get that. She's the girlfriend. She's the former almost baby mama, if there is such a title. And then she was like, well, they're talking to Bambi, you need to understand Erica's position. And I was with Bambi, I'm like, she ain't got no position. What you talking about? Mama D, what was you mean? That didn't even make any sense, girl. But, so, as soon as she was saying that, Erica looked like a crazy, during those frames, she looked like a crazy woman with that smile. Then she just flipped over the table, okay? It looked like she was trying to grab a drink, but then missed, and was like, oh shit, I was gonna flip it over so it don't make it look like I missed. And did y'all see the way that Erica was punching? That's enough. If y'all have it on DVR, go back to that moment or look this up on YouTube. When she flipped that table over, Erica was swinging like a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex with them baby ass arms. She got up and started doing this. Like she doing the fucking doggy paddle or some shit. I like, girl, you don't want it with Bambi. Bambi is clearly too much of a match for you. This ain't what you want. Because the way that you be fighting, no, ma'am. And Mama D starts screaming, talking about some, I told my son to control these bitches and all this other stuff. I'm like, what you mean? Do you expect him to come out of nowhere and separate shit? You the one that brought them together, ho? What you mean expect that? What could Scrappy do? I don't understand what she talking about having Scrappy control these hoes and you the one sitting here manipulating them like puppets and shit. Child, you need to control these hoes. That's what you need to be saying. Did y'all notice that it's like these past couple episodes, did y'all notice Tamar has been getting a lot of promotion playing her songs on these episodes? I'm like, okay, Tamar, I see you, girl. I see you. Let's see, what else do we got here, child? Bambi and Mama D arguing in the back. She going chasing after her. She talking. Bambi's like, I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I'm done. I don't want to be associated with none of this drama. I don't care about your son. Mama D said, hold up, bitch. What you will not do is say that you don't care about my son. So Mama D in the goddamn confessional talking about kings, palaces, jacks, jills, and big fat hills. Out of whatever she be going on with her fairy tale land and fiction and fallacy. Pretty much dismissing Bambi from the quote unquote palace. Mama D to see a psychiatrist. She needs to see a psychiatrist about what that is. I wonder if what kind of girl she was with her imagination. She was probably one of them kids that had a very vivid imagination that people teased because she thought she had like special powers and shit. I'm getting off track. Let's see. We're not gonna talk about that. The shit. Is there anything else to talk about? Oh. This last part is only the last thing I wanted to mention is the Jocelyn versus Tammy discussion. And I was kind of, okay, let me see. How am I going to word this? Yes, I could take what Jocelyn said to Tammy last week as somewhat of a jab, and I could see how it could make her uncomfortable. But in Jocelyn's defense, I do understand, like, okay, well, if I didn't know that I was making you uncomfortable. I honestly don't think that Jocelyn meant to say those things to hurt Tammy. And then on Tammy's behalf, well, not necessarily on her behalf, but I feel like she should have, since they were supposed to be friends and establishing, somewhat of a relationship, if she felt that way, she could have at least hinted to where, that kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't really gel well with what you said, just because, you know, you're both grown. And she, as Jocelyn, I guess, could understand about that being somewhat of a touchy subject. I don't know. I kind of agreed with Jocelyn and be like, if you really felt like, you know, what I said made you uncomfortable, you should have mentioned that, or, you know, pulled me to the side, said something like that before going to my man's baby mama talking all this stuff and da 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 da. So I understand what she said, where she was going with that. And it's like, Tammy, I don't know. Tammy's just kind of slowly turning into. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say that. She ain't. I was about to call her. What was that girl? I don't even remember her name. The Baby Bop and Baby Drew from last season. What was her? Tracy. she's starting to look a little bit like, she's starting to remind me of Tracy in some ways. That ain't good, child. The microwavable bitches, popcorn hoes. But anyways, child, that was this episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It was kind of dry. It wasn't much to it. So, but I still came with y'all with the video. Granted, it may have been late given to my circumstances, but I'm back in town now. I'll be back later on tonight with Bad Girls Club. Excuse me. Yeah. And this is a video I've been meaning to make for like the past 2 weeks that I haven't been doing because I've been doing all this traveling. It's just an interesting story about that happened when I was went to the club with my friends this one night. I'm gonna share that with y'all maybe later on this week. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and check out all the other Love and Hip Hop reviewers. Ashley Miller, The Ghetto View, Scotty from Mr. Still Standing, Squeaky Jones. I just found out Squeaky Jones watches my channel. Hey boo, how you doing? Who else makes Love and Hip Hop reviews? Forest Rocks. You know, we all make our Love and Hip Hop reviews. We try to get them up as soon as we can. So make sure you guys like and comment on everybody in our little YouTube blogger circle. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.